I feel like part of why you pick Corki, and in fact a large part of why you pick it, is lane dominance, and you would win against Kai'Sa if it was a melee support, but it's going to be a little bit trickier. I'm not saying that you lose the game, so one more headbutt.
Oh, there is a nice little snare onto Andal, who takes most of his health bar and damage.
Oof. Owner is here. He's like, you know what? That's too much damage. I'm looking for something.
Well, let's see whether this dive is going to work. It's a little bit dicey, but Owner is making his way in anyway. There's the headbutt out. His chains are not going to land. Still there looking for it, wanting to find that angle. Of course, long cooldown on the headbutt for now, as Owner is going to get taken down first. And there is a very dead Kai'Sa as well. What the hell was that?
I mean, when I watched them stay after the initial chains combo was set up, I was like, am I missing something here? I think they can't.
Looks like the bottom one will be going over to Owner here, but Gio is going to move in.
Gio's like, I have tier and 2 longswords. Good luck with that.
Yeah, and Andal's just going to trample Faker here as well, here in this mid lane. And so it is just kind of DRX taking control of everything all over the map. That was one failed dive from T1, and it now feels like...
for it. Faker might actually get caught while they're doing this dragon. This would actually be insane. Like, look, he does not commit, but still could have been insane. Kind of interesting.
Not in the end, as Faker does actually close in on him here. Let's see. There's a Pulverize just to try and interrupt. And the Unbreakable Will is now there for Owner. Still not a whole lot to fight for here in this river, unless you talk about a crab being a powerful thing. As in goes Andal, triple Pulverize! Pop Blossom there to answer, but it's only onto the cow, as Owner is just unkillable with that ultimate running. The rest of DRX are looking for him though, and down will go the Silas, and Carrier pops as well. Once the ultimate wears off in this game so far, this Corki is extremely fed. And we were saying, like, we weren't all that enthused by the Corki pick. Maybe we should have been more enthused,
Coach
perhaps.
Boys, maybe a shot call on this one.
Yeah, UCal is going to be throwing back Carrier here. Does have to flash to get himself out of the way, but will be able to survive.
The people who watch LCK now even know about the OG trilogy of Star Wars.
I imagine, like, it's been re-released so many times that they have to, right?
I hope so.
Surely. As Rich is going to be looking for a little bit of an engage onto Doran here, who's kiting this one out quite nicely. UCal moving on over those. There's a Seismic Shove flash into an ulti that hits the air. And Doran is still going to be able to walk his way out, but does have to expend the flash in order to do so.
In the jungle, and they're just continuing to just pinch sides. Faker does not have teleport, right? So if he gets caught, he is in big trouble. As Rich, speaking of getting caught.
Yeah, he's going to get walloped, and Rich is just dead. Solo bolo there for Doran, and they got his flash earlier on, and as it turns out, doesn't actually really matter too much. There's a Pulverize onto Owner, as once again, he has the Unbreakable Will. He does use it here to get out of dodge, and will be safe for the moment.
Trying to get something cross-map, but it fails, and this means Doran is just going to have this extra wave coming through. Rich feels really bad.
Completely evening out the gold lead that DRX had put together for themselves.
All in to make that play topside. Gets slowed here. And red buff actually for Doran. So he is just going to run him down. Gets the Mega. And you can see he tries to dash.
He just walks at him and he's dead.
Toss up.
There we go.
Got him, he says.
So Pays feeling a little bit better at this moment in time.
I mean, that's going to really be a lot of extra income that helps close that gap, what is left of it, for Gio.
Yeah.
And going to take a long time for him to get there, but if they can slow this down, T1 absolutely have a fight here.
Yeah, can't quite see the health bar on that dragon for now, as Owner does pick up that Unbreakable Will one more time. UCal is going to block off the entry as the steal does not come on in. Now Willer looks for the angle. The Unbreakable Will is up, and there is the public execution for Willer into the backline. Meanwhile, Doran finds a gigantic Gnar to take down the cow, and DRX are just looking to exit the fight. There's the dash cannon from Carrier wanting to try and get on in there, but the flash forward from Doran, it just gets a flash from the enemy. And
Doran's making that happen in that big team fight with the Gnar. Bar set, gets the big wallop. Now let's see if he gets out of here, though. A bit of a caster curse. Teleport?
Yeah, there's a shove, though, so not going to be getting out of this one. The mini Gnar that could. UCal takes a fair bit of damage, but he'll be all right. Does have the Seraph's shield. And so a little bit unfortunate. Maybe that's caster.
UCal dead.
Now, yeah, there's a flash in. UCal's really dead.
All right. Silliness ensues again.
Indeed. It's the circus one more time. T1 fans very well aware of what can happen. As Rich and Faker facing off.
It's incredibly close. And then in live,
Okay, got another battle here as Public Execution is stolen away. Andil is likely to be very dead. Voidseeker is actually what finishes it off there. Pays on the board now with his first kill of the game. He's going to park himself alongside Geo yet again. As Pays and Carrier, they do have Owner there. Public Execution connects onto the cow. Flash out from Andil is going to get him to relative safety. And now Faker dealing with Rich and with Willa. And Rich is going to be able to take him down this time with the help of his friends. Nice little pick up there, and 2 minutes until that Mountain Soul as Pays gone for the 1v1 here, and Owner is going to turn up to make it a little bit unfair. In the meantime, though, Yukal looks for the angle. Flash out from Pays, almost gets tagged by the seismic shove anyway.
That should be the mid turret, though, in that exchange. Big W for DRX here.
Yeah, Willer actually diving on in for this one as well. And the jungle ambassador we saw already. I mean, Lucid demonstrated exactly how dangerous the pick can be.
And we're just going to trade turrets here on top lane, which is fine. Top and bottom, that is to say, by top laners. But this is a big win for DRX because this opens up the map significantly for Willer. He's been a level up this whole game. That remains the case. And Doran's a level up.
I think DRX has an idea of what's going on, but this Baron is going down so quickly. Andil booking it to get himself in, but I think it's just gone. Highway robbery as they take it away. Carrier off to the side. Willer is going to catch him as now Yukal making his way forward. Rich in the front line as he flashes on forward, slices, dices. There's the ulti from Willer. So sick on the play as they dive on top of Pays, who look to get over the wall. The cow is going to get sacrificed, but the Baron is not worth this much money anymore. And they lose a couple of deaths and sacrifice the Mountain Soul.
So it's a trade even on kills, but the jungler here for DRX is going to smite this dragon away. You have to imagine no way for Owner to get in. 1400 the smite, and Mountain Soul belongs to the underdogs as maybe they get even more.
Yeah, here's a teleport in. As Sterix is now completed here for Rich. He's looking to try and kill Doran. The mini Gnar that could. Cannot. Not this time. As he'll get shoved and destroyed. Unfortunate positioning there for the Gnar. But well played for DRX. And the Pop Blossom gets no value because the wall kind of blocked off everything, and then everyone kind of got to vacate the area as Faker is behind the turret. T1 kind of closing in on DRX for the moment, but look at that fresh shield that they've got for themselves. Mountain Soul circulating, a cheeky Hextech and Infernal there as well. I mean, there's a lot of great stats.
Sterix with this Renekton and the Ambassador just having so many additional resistances is going to feel fantastic in scrappy fights, which feels like every fight has been. Geo trying to bait them.
Oh dear, Headbutt Pulverize does come on through. There is the Public Execution, and Carrier could do absolutely nothing about it. Owner tries to steal away the Dominus. The Gnar is massive though from Doran. Can he save the fight? The answer is no. Rich is a huge, huge crocodile, and he'll just cut up T1. DRX are looking to head towards game number 3, Wolf.
It looks like it.
Doran's best efforts.
And it looks like even though Geo dies here, it's going to be a full rout of T1. Faker the last to fall. And they're going to push in now. We do have all these Faker just cannot play the game he wants to on this Rise. He just is unable to get the economy going. What? Perhaps thought he saw an angle to ult there, but he had no team, so...
Looked almost like a... I don't know. I need a bit more context. Maybe I was not paying enough attention.
Maybe they're like, aha, he doesn't think I have the flash engaged. Maybe I'll just get him with a sneaky walk up and engage normally. But I don't think he will, in fact. I think this Baron is probably just gone.
Well, Realm Warp was used just to see what was going on at the Baron. They do manage to get the Scryer out there as well. Shove back onto Owner. He now has the Unbreakable Will, which is so scary. But look at this, DRX just keeping them at bay. The cow throws down that ulti, presses Pulverize for fun, and DRX can take a Baron and move on now towards this Elder that's spawning in 10 seconds time. And this is probably the fight that T1 wanted to take.
I mean, they use the Renekton ult, but he gets the Fury out of it, and Andil's not going to have his ultimate, but I don't think he cares that much because they got the shields, and T1, this has to be their fight, or this game is lost. This could be the way back in.
I mean, there is that hijacked Unbreakable Will.
And Doran's
lots of tools here for T1.
Doran's Narbar in a pretty good spot here. Carrier on the flank as well. No wards. Oh, this could be huge.
Yeah, Yukal needs to make this Weaver's Wall work. As it is available, Doran.
Now.
Yeah, not actually going to be able to interrupt that. It's at the Public Execution onto Faker, who gets exhausted and cut down where he stands. Doran trying to find it, gets a a double knock into the wall, as Andal will be the one taken out first. Willa still trying to get this work done, but it's Doran that's dead. And the Elder Dragon now getting turned on by DRX with the man advantage. Owner is still there with his smite available, and Pays is up and available as well. Can they lock down Yukal? That's the question. The flash out from Pays to avoid getting hit, but Owner is just going to get slaughtered. And DRX, I think they're doing it. They're taking the Elder Dragon, and this could be the way that they win this game.
I mean, such a patient fight from DRX was phenomenal control.
Man, I really want to hear what Joker says. If DRX wins this game, oh my goodness. He's just going to be so happy, isn't he?
I think he might be out of coach comms this
Oh, yeah, sorry. But I mean, like, but afterwards.
Oh, sure.
You know, yeah,
oh,
after
yeah,
the
no,
game.
for sure.
After the game.
Absolutely.
He's not going to be able to do another coach voice.
Yeah, I think, you know, the amount of time T1 was able to buy at the end of that fight might give them one more attempt to just, like, wave clear here, but Faker still doesn't have his actualizer. I think this is just an inevitable loss here. Man, Yukal's got that wave pushing mid, and this inhibitor is not long for this world.
Yukal is really making Talia look like a great champion in this game. He's just having a brilliant performance. As now with the Elder, going to be very difficult to stop this one as Jiu just kills Faker. Okay, Pop Blossom now being set up, but Jiu is able to avoid it. Carrier's going to get eaten by a dragon. Doran going to follow suit, and DRX will obliterate them as they now take down the Nexus turrets and send us to a Game 3 versus T1.
And you know, I said at the beginning of that